What's up guys, it's your boy O-Fishal, back with another video finally, and today we're going to be showing you some fishing tips and tricks, and we're going to be doing a tour of my bait caster combo that I did use before it was out of commission. We're not really sure what we're going to do for tips and tricks yet, but you know, if you guys have any other suggestions from what I'm going to do, please let me know, because that's super helpful, and I think you guys who are beginner amateur anglers are gonna get a lot out of these tips. All right, so for this guy, I don't know if you can really see it here. I'm not sure what the final length on this guy is. So the final length on this is a 6'6" medium heavy, 1/4 to 1 ounce lure, 10 to 20 pound line. That's about perfect when you're bass fishing. I don't use a lot of bait caster just cause I get lazy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know about you guys, but I get lazy and I just wanna use spinning rods because I know that works and that's something I'm familiar with, but sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone. This pole right here is actually an Abu Garcia, which is a really nice brand. Usually these poles are kind of expensive. Ambassador is the model, I guess. Ambassador S. I never really noticed that. It's a 24-ton graphite, which means it's a very strong rod compared to most other trout rods and stuff that you see at Walmart or whatever. It's got 8 eyes, or rings as some people may call them. That just gives you more tension on these fish and more backbone, I guess. As far as the reel goes, it would look really cool to show you guys right now if it wasn't all jacked up, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Also, this rod is embedded with cork on the handles, which a lot of them are, because it gives you more grip and it gives more strength when you're trying to hold the rod. That rod I actually had as a catfish rod, and I had a completely different reel on it, and then I decided to change over. So I put a bass reel on it. I bought this bass reel, I believe, I don't remember how much it was, but it was around probably $45 on a Black Friday sale price. I went to Walmart. I spent a lot of money on this reel, and I really haven't got that much use out of it for the money I've spent on it. So that's this guy right here. This guy right here is a Quantum Pulse. Basically, this is a 5-bearing reel, which means it's really tough, and it has tons of gears to it and stuff. So you can fine tune this however you want. My tune is all messed up right now, but essentially, you can get this line out of the way. I can show you how smooth it reels. This is a complete mess. I need to fix this thing. So here's a reel handle right here. It's got obviously the simple 2-handle reel that all bait casters have. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get some scissors. All right, so it took us like 5 minutes, but we got all the line off this reel, because that line, there wasn't much problem with the line, but it kept spooling up and getting just rat's nested in there for no reason. Also, I'm not very good at spooling bait casters. In fact, I'm terrible at it, and I have no idea how to do it, even though I've watched videos and stuff, so there's that. But as I was saying, this reel's made in the USA, so that's always good, usually. This is essentially this little star right here. Is how you tighten your drag, I believe. It reels pretty decent, so I might be able to do a full test on this at some point, but it's a pretty nice reel, to be honest. It's probably the nicest reel I have. It's the only bait caster reel I have that's like this. Essentially how you cast a bait caster, if you don't know, is you grab this button right here, which is the release button, and it's kind of hard to show you without the rod, but right, so that's what it looks like on the rod if it was to be brand new right now. And some of these come spooled with line in the stores, a lot of them don't. This is how you tune it right here, this little knob right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But you want your bait to drop when you press the button right here. You want it to drop slowly and steadily. You don't want it to go super fast or super slow, because if you go super slow, it means your drag is too tight. It's not tuned right, and fish could break off. If you have it the other way, it's too loose, you could lose fish, because it just means they could spool you, they could run you out of line, or they could break off or spit the hook. So you want to keep tension on these fish, and to do that, you have to be tuned right, which is kind of funny that I'm giving you advice on that, considering I can't do that apparently. But once I get this spooled up with new line and stuff, we should be good. It's 6 to 6 to 1 gear ratio on it, which I believe means it's just part of the medium heavy part. You typically want medium heavy when you're fishing for bass because of the fight these fish have. You don't want something super heavy just because it kind of takes the fun and the fight out of it. And if you use ultralight, that's really fun, but you can risk breaking off or potentially breaking a pole depending on how cheap your pole is. But Abu Garcia, yeah, one of the top brands of rods, and Quantum is one of the top brands of reels. All right, back to the video now that we aren't rudely interrupted anymore. Shout out to my brother. The drag that I got on this thing, I'll give you guys a closer look. It's set at 8 right now. You have from 0 to 12, and then max, and then free, and then there's 2 dots, which I think those are just off settings. You can't use those. But I believe free just means it just free falls, you know, at will and just goes super fast. So you don't want it at that. Max, I'm not sure if that's a really good one right now, but I just have it at 8. I think 7's usually pretty good. It's about the midway point, which is what you want. You want near the middle or middle to heavy, or middle to light, I should say, depending on what fish you're fighting. So that's a drag right there. Other than that, I just like the sleekness of this reel. I think the black and the dark gray looks really sleek. The black and the red, whatever it is, on this reel. It gives it kind of a pop, which isn't necessary for bass fishing. You know, the look of the reel, obviously. I've caught so many catfish on this rod before I switched it over to my bass rod. That was a bait caster that I used. I switched to spinning rod because the fight's more fun and I don't have to worry about getting backlash. But for this rod, after I switched over and started using it as a purely bass fishing rod right here, 0 fish, I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've caught any fish on it, and it's because I've had problems with the reel. Not that it's a bad reel. I think this reel's actually pretty good, to be honest. It's just, I had the line on there really bad. Now, and if you guys follow me over here, that's the mess that came off that reel. I had to cut it so many times just to get it to come off. So yeah, make sure to spool your reels properly before you put line on them, because if you don't, you're gonna suck like me and just absolutely be garbage at everything. So yeah. Hopefully in the future I can get more bait casting rods and reels, because I want to have 2 or 3, you know, so I can have an extra one, so I can put crankbaits or swim baits on one of them and then have, you know, soft plastics on the other. Me and Coby, if you haven't followed his channel, make sure to check it out. It's Fish and Camp Outdoors, or Camp and Fish Outdoors, I should say. I'll link his channel down below. This is just a short video to get you guys in the meantime, because I'm kind of having technical difficulties uploading right now. I can only upload short videos just because of how much space they take up on my phone, and I was running out of room. So I ordered my computer. Once that gets here, you guys will see a lot more longer videos, fishing videos, better content, camping stuff. I think it's gonna be pretty good. But you know, for the meantime, I'm gonna give you guys short videos, hopefully tips and tricks. Sometimes I'm not that helpful. Sometimes I can't even like help myself out with tips and tricks, but you know, we're gonna try at least. You always wanna have multiple stuff lined up, because hopefully, what I was saying earlier, me and Camp and Fish Outdoors can hit some bass tournaments this year on some coastal lakes after I have more practice and after I get better using this reel and actually, you know, learning basic stuff like learning how to spool a reel. So maybe I'll do a tutorial on that one eventually. If I figure it out. It's a big if. It's something we've always wanted to do, is tournaments. We've talked about it before, but we just haven't made it happen, because, you know, to do that would be an all-day thing. You wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning, probably earlier than that, actually more like 4, because it's an hour and a half drive. And then you go over there and you have, you know, most of the day to fish, and then you go, and I'm not sure how the little local tournaments work, but you go in there and you weigh in and you do whatever, maybe, I'm sure. And then we'd have a chance to win, or at least do decent, I believe, if we put our skills to use. If we were both fishing together as a team and as a unit, because that's what it takes. So stay tuned, maybe someday we'll have a tournament vid. We're gonna have, me and Coby have been collabing a lot lately, so a lot more than I expected, and I expect that to continue as the weather warms up and gets better even more. So hopefully you guys see more videos, more solo videos. Hopefully you guys see more 1v1 videos with me and Coby. Hopefully you guys see more features with me and Coby, and hopefully other YouTubers and people that I know. Yeah, this has been a longer video than I expected, for sure. I was just gonna show you guys my rod and reel, but you know, I got off on a tangent. It happens when I'm fishing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this reel right here, if you think it looks pretty cool, go down there, drop a like, subscribe, comment, do whatever it takes to get my content out there, because I promise you guys, I can't promise, but I can almost 99.99% promise that I've got good videos coming, maybe even bangers at some point. If you want that to happen, make sure to go down there and give me some love, guys, because I'm gonna need it on this channel to get where I'm going anyway. Stay tuned, because I might make more videos about story times. I might do a story time series. I was thinking about doing that this winter, where when I'm not fishing, I go and make a video about some crazy stories that have happened to me in the past, few years, or like my whole entire life. But let me know if that's something you guys want me to do. I'm also going to do more tips and tricks, hopefully. So this was less of a tip and trick and more of me just like doing a tour of my rod and reel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed me just messing around and talking to the camera, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace. I just want to show you guys real quick. Peep the new fishing shirt, by the way. Real freedom, baby.